Good evening.
So when I first met Elisa in 2021, I was a public ally trying to figure out how I was going to make my impact in Hamilton County. She told me all about school board school and even invited me to a few events so I could learn more. I thought to myself, I don't want to be on the school board, but I quickly realized that there was a place for me here, and I didn't have to make an impact from a board seat, but even as a community advocate. I was able to learn the inner workings of the school board and the administration, including understanding the school budget, how policies were handled, and the importance of fundraising. I also appreciated bonding with my classmates over the last 7 months. It has truly been my pleasure to hear all of your perspectives and the ways that you guys plan to make an impact. Let's continue to lift each other up as we climb towards our goals. Today, I am thankful Elisa persuaded me to apply because school board school ignited a fire within me that empowered me to advocate for the children in our district, and I hope you all leave here feeling empowered to do the same. As a community health worker, I've had the pleasure of helping many women and families bring more stability into their lives, usually by connections to resources like rent assistance, utility assistance, and food insecurity. I've come to realize that families can't succeed when they're struggling with the effects of poverty. As a community partner at All in Cincinnati, we've helped place community health workers in non-traditional settings such as courtrooms, reducing recidivism by 15%, and also in property management offices, helping over 600 residents remain stable in their housing through connections to resources.
Wow.
So when I think about the impact I want to make on education in Cincinnati, I believe that we should advance health equity in Cincinnati public schools by placing community health workers within the schools. You may be asking yourself, what is a community health worker? A community health worker is a frontline public health worker who usually lives in the community they serve. They act as a bridge between community members, healthcare, and social services. Families that have had interventions from community health workers have experienced improved mental health conditions, increased access to job training and employment resources, and increased access to food and housing support. CHWs have the capacity to make visits to the home and take a more hands-on approach, providing wraparound support for families. They can also advocate for policies that advance health equity, such as access to free lunch and increased mental health services. Lastly, community health workers can help families navigate school systems, such as special education services and individualized education plans. According to a 2019 Community Health Needs Assessment, nearly 45% of children living in CPS district are living in poverty. Studies also show that children living in poverty have a higher dropout rate and higher rates of chronic disease such as asthma and type 2 diabetes. We also see that those children have higher stress levels compared to their peers, which has a lasting impact on their well-being. How can we expect children to excel academically when at home their families are struggling? The truth is, students can't succeed in that environment. This is where we need to drive equity and give these children and their families the resources they need to thrive. Community health workers can help bridge that gap from disparities. Thank you.